Out of all popular Western media franchises, I think I've heard calls to animate Warhammer 40k the most, partially because things like Star Wars and Star Trek already have their animated shows, and admittedly there are many ways a show about 40k can go, from being a story about epic space marines doing some epic shit to a show about the adventures of a rogue trader going around the galaxy. But if you ask me, I think we already have a pretty good template for a 40k anime, the name of which I'm not going to tell. You've seen the title.
In the grim darkness of the human body, there is only war.
And Cells at Work Season 2 continues this tradition, but now it also teaches about the good bacteria in our bodies as well as the gut in its life. There's pretty much nothing else I can say about it, because my opinion on the show hasn't really changed since the first season. It is still a fairly entertaining educational anime about how cells function. If you do not want to see how cells function, it is a generic anime where characters are archetypal and predictable. The only thing to add to that is that the graphics became even cheaper since the last time I've seen it, but after Promised Neverland Season 2, I kinda don't even want to talk about that. At least it wasn't a fucking PowerPoint presentation. But yes, to continue the analogy to 40k, Cells at Work Season 2 is basically how an average life in a decent hive city goes. Cells at Work Code Black, on the other hand, depicts an average life of an average hive city. Cells at Work Code Black is a spin-off from the original Cells at Work, depicting the condition of a human body under severe stress and what happens when stress is combined with an unhealthy lifestyle. There may or may not be allusions to unhealthy Japanese corporate culture as well, because let's face it, anything with the word black in it is contractually obligated to have references to the fact that working for a Japanese company sucks. We follow a newly created red blood cell and his body as they try to adapt to the workload and try to make it better. The biggest difference people will surely notice about this new environment, besides that everyone is either tired or angry all the time, is that the show's main focus is on our main hero, while others act as side characters compared to Cells at Work, where the red and white blood cells share about the same levels of involvement. And yes, in terms of actual character drama, Cold Black is more interesting to watch than Cells at Work regular. The word mature comes to mind, given that characters die and stakes are getting raised every episode, but since I'm trying my best to not sound like a pretentious douchebag, I think I'll opt to use the word serious instead. The graphics are nice to look at, I've spotted much less repeated scenes than in original Cells at Work, and the music serves its purpose quite nicely, and is nice to listen to as well. The educational aspect of it is still pretty good, the character drama is also nice to look at, so why do I sound not as impressed as I probably should be? I'm honestly not really sure. It's not a bad anime by any means, it does everything it needs to do, and I can sincerely recommend it to people, both as an educational anime for kids to watch and as a serious drama for the adults. I guess my biggest problem with the show, and bear with me because I can already feel the pretentiousness coming from the following sentence, is that it does its job too well. It is a good educational anime, and it is a nicely done drama, which also means that there's nothing substantial to say about it. It falls in that spot where it's good enough for people to like it, so there's inevitably going to be other seasons and spin-offs, but at the same time I dare people to just watch this, wait for about 3-4 months, and try remembering what was the story actually about. Heck, it's been around 3 days since I finished watching it, and I already can only remember the key points of the story and not much else. So yes, in conclusion, nice anime, go watch it, don't expect from it more than it is. An advice about as generic as the anime itself.